Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue à Learn French by Suchita. Je m'appelle Suchita, votre enseignante de la langue française, et dans cette vidéo, on va apprendre 3 exceptions des articles contractés, troisième partie. Before we begin with this video, I would like to introduce you to my website www.learnfrenchbysuchita.com, where you will find recorded courses for all your French language needs. We have courses for DELF A1, DELF A2, DELF B1, TEF TCF recorded course, French phonetics as well. We have special courses for our school students ranging from grade 5 to grade 8. We also have courses for university students who are enrolled in certificate course or diploma course in Delhi University. And finally, we also have courses for our school students who are aiming to appear for their DELF Prim or DELF Junior examinations. So hurry up and check it out. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. And in this video, we are going to learn 3 exceptions of the contracted articles. And this video is the third part of the series of the contracted articles. So if you have not watched the first 2 parts of the series contracted articles, I'm dropping the link in the card above. You can watch those videos first and then come back here again. Because if you do not watch those concepts, you will not understand this video. Allez, so the topic is 3 exceptions of the contracted articles. Let me just give you a brief recap of what we did in the previous 2 videos. So the contracted articles are with 2 prepositions, either with a or with the. A means in, at or to, and the means of, from or about. So if you do not want to say in, at or to, you want to say in the or at the or to the. Or if you want to say of the, from the or about the, then what do? You add the articles definite, the definite articles into the prepositions a or the. So it becomes in the. A plus le, a plus la, a plus le, and a plus l apostrophe. And what you get are the contracted articles. O, a la, a l apostrophe, and o. The second type of articles which you have with the. If you do not want to say of, from or about, you want to say of the, from the or about the. Then you will again add the definite article le to the preposition the. So it becomes the plus le, the plus la, the plus le, and the plus l apostrophe. And consecutively you will get du, de la, de, and the l apostrophe. The meaning of all 4 of them is of the, from the, or about the. Now this was about the contracted articles that we did in the previous 2 videos. Now here we are going to learn the 3 exceptional cases wherein you do not use the contracted articles but you use the simple prepositions a and the. The first one being les noms propres, the proper nouns. Now what are proper nouns? Proper nouns are wherein you are specifically referring to a person. Like for example, Monsieur Vincent. Like for example, Suchita. Like for example, Natalie. Like for example, Jacques. When you have a proper noun, you're referring to somebody whose name is written. So, what do you do exactly there? La sœur, we'll understand it by certain examples. La sœur, the sister, Monsieur Vincent est très belle. So the sister, Monsieur Vincent, Mr. Vincent is very beautiful. Now what will you say in English? You will say the sister of Mr. Vincent is very beautiful. You will never say, even in English it happens that you never put the article the before the proper nouns. You do not say the Mr. Vincent. You say the sister of Mr. Vincent. You will never say of the Mr. Vincent. So that is why you will not put the definite articles. So here you will simply put the sister of. So now you will have to look at the meaning. If it is in, at or to, you will put a. Or if you want to put of, from or about, you will put the. But the principal point is you will not do the contractions here. You will not put the definite articles here. So you will not put the plus la, the plus la, the plus lay or the plus L apostrophe. That will not happen. You will simply put either a or the. So the sister of Mr. Vincent. So simply it is la sœur de Monsieur Vincent. You do not have to look at the gender or the number or does it begin with a vowel. No. La sœur de Monsieur Vincent est très belle. Let's look at the second example. Elle donne. She gives les clés, the keys, Nathalie. She gives the keys to Nathalie. To. Now, the meaning is to, so of course it would be a. What I mean to say is you will not say she gives the keys to the Nathalie. No, because Nathalie is a proper noun. You will not use the definite article the before it. So it becomes she gives the keys to Nathalie and it would simply be a. Elle donne les clés à Nathalie. Troisième exemple, la mère, Jacques et Hélène est journaliste. So the mother, Jacques and Hélène is journalist. What will you say in English? So the mother of Jack and of Hélène is journalist. Again, Jack and Hélène, they are proper nouns. So the mother of, you will not say of the. So you will have to put of and correspondingly you will have the. La mère de Jacques, so the mother of Jack and of Hélène. Again you will have the. But here, since Hélène begins with a vowel, or I should say it's a mute letter H, so this the will change into de apostrophe. So what is the rule? The changes into D apostrophe if you have a vowel after it, but A doesn't change. A remains same even if you have a vowel after it. So I can say the will change into D apostrophe if you have a vowel after it. So Hélène begins with a mute letter H, so that is why it is going to be D apostrophe. Okay, je parle. I speak. Cécile. I speak to Cécile. Très bien. So to. Again, Cécile is a proper noun. You will not say I speak to the Cécile. So, je parle to. By the way, you can also say I speak about Cécile. Even that is okay, but the meaning is different. So, if you want to say I speak to Cécile, you will say je parle à Cécile. But if you want to say I speak about Cécile, then you will use the. Alors, je parle de Cécile. Both are correct, but you will not add the to it. The as in le, la, le to it, because Cécile is a proper noun. Le père, the father, Anne est médecin. So the father of Anne is doctor. Now, Anne, that's a proper noun, so you will not say of the Anne, you will say of Anne. For of, you have the. Le père de Anne est médecin. Now here there is this rule which will be applied. Anne, that begins with a vowel, so the will change into the apostrophe. Le père d'Anne est médecin. The father of Anne is doctor. Now the second exception that we are going to talk about is les adjectifs possessifs. By the way, if you do not know what are possessive adjectives, I am dropping the link in the card above. You can watch that video if you want to know what are possessive adjectives. Now the possessive adjectives are mon, ma, mes, ton, ta, tes, son, sa, ses, notre, notre, nos, votre, votre, vos, leur. What does that mean? That means the adjectives which show the possession. My, your, his, her, our, your, their. All these are possessive adjectives. So, if the word which is next to the dash is a possessive adjective, then also you do not use the contracted articles. You will simply use a or the, depending upon the meaning. If you want to say in, at or to, of course you will say a. if you want to say of, from or about, you will of course say the. Now it happens in English also. How? Il parle, he talks or he speaks, his mother. So what will you say? You will say he speaks to his mother. You will never say he speaks to his mother. No, you do not add the if you have a possessive adjective after it. So he speaks to his mother. So simply you have to put either a or the. You will not add the definite article the to it. Okay? So it becomes il parle à sa mère. He speaks to his mother. By the way, if you want to say he speaks about his mother, even that is okay. Il parle de sa mère. Both are okay. But the main thing is that you do not have to use the definite article le, la, le. So you will not add a plus le or a plus la or the plus le or the plus la. That you will not do. You will simply put either a or the. Alors, il parle à sa mère ou il parle de sa mère. He speaks to his mother or he speaks about his mother. Deuxième exemple, nous écrivons. We write nos parents. So this sa was your possessive adjective. This no is your possessive adjective, which means we write our parents. So we write to our parents. You will never say we write to our parents. To our parents. So simply you will put a and not a plus la or a plus la. No, that you do not have to do. C'est la robe. This is the dress. Ma soeur, my sister. Again, the word which is next to the dash is a possessive adjective. So this is the dress of my sister. You will not say of the my sister. Of. So the meaning is of and you will use the for it. So c'est la robe de ma soeur. Le livre. The book. Tes étudiants. Again, tes is your possessive adjective. So the book of your students is interesting. Of. So the meaning is of, you will put the. You will not say the book of your students. No, that's grammatically wrong. The book of your students is interesting. So I repeat the rule for you. If the word which is next to the dash is a possessive adjective, then you will not use the definite articles with the preposition a or the. That means you will not use the contracted articles with them. You will simply use the preposition a or the. Now let's understand the third exception of the contracted articles, which is with les adjectifs démonstratifs. By the way, if you do not know what are demonstrative adjectives, I am dropping the link in the card above. You can watch that video first and then come back here again. So the demonstrative adjectives are ce, cet and ces. The meaning is this or these. So now the rule is, if the word which is next to the dash is a demonstrative adjective, then also you do not apply the contractions. For example, il va, he goes, ce restaurant tous les weekends, which means he goes this restaurant all the weekends or every weekend. So what will you say in English? He goes to this restaurant or he goes to this restaurant? Of course, you will not say to this restaurant. In English also. So that means you will not apply le, la, le or l apostrophe to these prepositions a or the. You will simply say he goes to this restaurant every weekend. So a, that depends upon the meaning. If you want to say in, at or to, you will say a, or if you want to say of, from or about, you will say the. So he goes to this restaurant. Il va à ce restaurant tous les weekends. Now the second example that we have is elle donne le chapeau. She gives the hat cette fille, this girl. So she gives the hat to this girl. You will never say to this girl. No. Alors, elle donne le chapeau à cette fille, depending upon the meaning, because to, so it is à. Je parle, I talk or I speak. Ces élèves, these pupils or these students. So I speak to these pupils.
So again, it is these. You will never say to the these. No, to these. Now, by the way, you can also say I speak or I talk about these pupils. So even the is fine. So both are fine. Je parle à ces élèves ou je parle de ces élèves. Both are okay, but the meaning is different. I speak to these pupils or I speak about these pupils. Now the fourth example that we have is le frère, the brother, cette étudiante, the student, a journaliste is journalist. So what will you say? The brother of the student or of the student? Of the student. So you will use the. Le frère de cette étudiante est journaliste. I'm going to give you a brief recap of all the three exceptions. The first being the proper nouns. If the word which is next to the dash is a proper noun, then you simply use a or the. Second, if the word which is next to the dash is a possessive adjective, mon, ma, me, ton, ta, te, or any of these, then also you will simply use a or the. And the third, the word which is next to the dash is a demonstrative adjective, so, set, or say, then also you simply use a or the. You do not apply any contractions.